Here we go.
First thing I want to say is this is the first time I've ever been on Instagram, and I would only do it for you guys. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
And I'd only do it with you. So there, we've covered that. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for sending us questions and
thanks for voting for us. We're closer to the 4th of July than we are for Valentine's Day now, but sorry for so many delays. Things keep getting canceled or something, but thank you for voting for us for favorite couple.
Favorite couple, people you wanted to hear a little bit more from.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's some great grammar. Shall we go to questions? Because we have several.
You got them.
The Salem Royals, so exciting. Something a lot of fans have been missing is seeing John and Marlena relaxing and being together at home. Will we be seeing the townhouse set back soon?
Well, what's your definition of soon?
All right, we're so far ahead of you. We are so far ahead in our shoot order.
I can happily say that the set is up. It's an anchor set right now, and we are spending a lot of time in there, and the bedroom. So stay tuned.
An anchor set means that it doesn't move off the stage at night when everybody goes home.
Right.
Because sometimes sets have to come in and go out.
Right.
Good answer.
So right now it's kind of a grand central. We're having some multiple people come in and stay in the guest room.
Oh my gosh, have we got visitors? Right.
Yep.
Right.
So it's exciting time. Right.
Yeah. And we've had a bit of a remodel over there too.
Yeah.
Tom Early, our set designer, got a few beans put together, and so he put them into our set. We hope you like it. We were talking about this earlier. From Ella Erica, first question. Did you practice the Hattie John wedding dance at Marlena's dream? And you were trying to remind me of what that scene was.
No, we didn't practice it. In fact, the way we shoot here now is, okay, we've got a fantasy wedding, and you guys do whatever you want to do, and we'll give you like, 10 seconds maybe max. So here we go. Are y'all ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right.
It.
What we hear more often than not is, can you go straight to tape?
Yeah.
So
that means no rehearsal. If you can do it in the first take, we'll take it and we'll move on. And so that was kind of. I do remember a little bit of the improv rodeo dance with you.
Was that right?
With Hattie.
Okay. You have a better memory than I do, because Drake is the keeper of the memories, not I. Oh boy. We swim together. Drake recently you told us about a line you ad-libbed during the Shoot the Bride storyline. This made me insanely happy, as fans often wonder if you and Dee add those special lines. They are priceless. Could you please share such tidbits? Did you ad-lib a line?
Well, yeah, I did, and that was, and
I
do remember what Erica, who's the gal?
We swim together.
I'm sorry. Okay, we swim together. I do remember that what you're speaking of, and that was when Marlena was shot, and she was being wheeled through the nurses' station into surgery, and there was a line in Marlena's vows to John. And it was all about falling in love, which I thought was very, very powerful, the speech that they wrote for the character of Marlena. And it was all about the reason that they call it falling in love is because you never know if someone is going to be there to catch you. And that was what, in that speech, resonated with me. When Marlena was going into surgery and there was no guarantee that it was going to have a successful outcome, I wanted to let her know that I will be there to catch her. And that was why I put that in there. And it also, for selfish character reasons, that puts me, John Black, in the perfect frame of mind to be there today.
We shot.
Happy New Year!
Oh my goodness. Boy, could we sell secrets. You will see us celebrating, I would say, all these holidays together.
We're kind of tipping the hand here, but it shows you how far ahead we are from tape to air. And it's today was our New Year's Eve show. So
we got our New Year's smooch.
Yeah, we did on the gong.
The gong. What's the gong? With a number of your other favorite couples,
right.
We might add. So, which one is manufactured?
What else you got?
Oh, you know what? 1996 Gem Gem.
96.
Does it amaze you that John and Marlena are still so popular with the fans after all these years? I have an answer for that. You know, and I've shared these with you from time to time. I like to watch some of the montages that people create, and because first of all, they remind me of what you're seeing and what moves you to combine moments and see again. And they do the same thing for us. Watching those montages reminds me from the first handshake with you in wherever that was.
Shenanigans.
Through the weddings and through the rapids and the boat and the tipping over and the more weddings and the children coming and going
and just the everyday scenes. You forget that you're making magic. We're so deep into it that we don't step outside and look down. And then when some of these amazing montages are put together and you look at them and you get a lump in your throat, and we can almost see what you like.
I can see it. I get so moved by those collective moments because I'm not. It isn't me. It isn't somebody acting. It's get to see the characters that way.
Yeah, it's we've been doing this a while, haven't we?
We've been doing this a while.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you, NBC. Thank you, Columbia. Thank you, Corday. Okay, this is gonna. You can just riff for a moment if you like. Holidays together. What was my first reaction to seeing you with your hair in its natural state? I love it. I love it, and I think you know that. What it does is when you're out of sync with nature in your life, in your makeup, I think it reads. And it's fine to touch up here, touch up there, lighten there, get a highlight. But I think when you go against what nature is handing you, nature grays us for a reason. It's to soften all of your features, all of your skin tones. And people have gone mad. They love it.
Well, thank you. I had back-to-back traumatic brain injuries, and when I came out of having another hole drilled in my head, I think it knocked some sense into me. And I just said, enough's enough. And I was looking at things a little bit differently, to be honest with you. And mortality, and my kids, they had the hardest time. They didn't want to see Dad getting older.
I don't think it makes you look
well,
older.
it was just the idea that they are also getting older. And Whitney and Alex says, Dad, I don't know if I like Dad more, his hair, and he gray hair, and Whitney said, he doesn't have gray hair, he went platinum.
You went to a beautiful color. Your gray is just beautiful.
That's what it is. They touch it in. Sometimes they darken a little bit because they say it's too white sometimes. So, but it is what it is. But anyways,
I think you all like it. I'm here. I get to hear that they like it a lot.
Let me tell you something. It's a hell of a lot easier. You jump out of the shower and you do this, and then you don't have to. Never mind.
Becca stuff. What's the best part of working with each other after all these years? We sort of answered that for someone else today, but I think it's worth repeating.
What's the best part?
Yeah.
Well, you mean when we talked about trust?
The trust.
And well, first of all, you have to like each other. I mean, I did a show one time with someone who didn't like the person they were working with. This goes way back, and it was like, wow, it was like, how uncomfortable would that be? And this is. 30, how many years we've been doing this now?
I've been doing it 40, so you've been
doing
it
33 or 34, 30, something like that. So it helps a lot to really get along with the people that you work with, to really like to come to work with them, and to support them. This week, Deidre has shot 9 shows. And for those of you, it's like, that's just an overload. And so knowing that on a Monday when you come into work, that she's going to need some support here, and it's like, and because 9 shows, just the memorization. By Wednesday, you think, have I been here 3 weeks? It's one of those things.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. No, it is.
That's
and today's Friday, and so we're wrapped right now. So it's like,
Yes.
we're just like, the air's going out of us.
Yeah.
But everybody is just so supportive, and they understand what we're all going through. And sometimes you have just immense amount of dialogue, and so everybody just has to be really on point and be there to rehearse right up to that time that light comes on.
Right, everybody gets it, and everybody has their turn having a hard time. And it all dovetails, it all folds in together.
Right.
Where you've got 9 shows this week, I'm here for you. I'm here. You let me know. Just let me know.
But you see, it's not like it used to be where you could take 4 or 5 shots at the scene, and get the best take ever. And we were here until midnight or afterwards. Now it's like you do a scene and they say, well, I guess that's about as good as that's going to get. Let's move on. So you want to make sure that you are tight on the first take, and it just takes everybody really being on point.
It takes, what, because I was working, you know who I was working with today. I don't know if we can say that yet.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I was reminded that because I was doing dialogue, and it was just this intense eye contact, intense,
Mm-hmm.
because you're not just reading words and thoughts, you're reading minds a little bit. And I just wanted to make sure
Acting.
Acting.
Yes. Yes, it's being in the moment and just being emotionally attached and dropping right into it.
Mm-hmm.
And you do get that. Whenever anybody that's an actor that is watching or want to be in a business, you'll get the energy from this. This is, the way you look at John is like the way any man would want his wife, that is really deeply in love, to look at him. And vice versa, is the way, hopefully, John looks at Marlena. It's just, like that old thing I say, put up on the pedestal, but just really, it's, but the energy is right here.
It is, and I don't know if non-actors understand that, but it's a feeding. It's a inhaling and exhaling together. Okay, we're in sync. I got you. Okay,
And there's,
right here.
There's a rhythm, and we aren't on the dialogue 100%. We know we don't change plot, logic, or character shading, but we know what we want out of the scene, and we try to listen to each other and try to complete each other's thoughts. And I think that has resonated over the years, and in a comfortable way, but also in a powerful storytelling way.
It's what you said today. It's what makes it work is the trust. The trust. I can walk on stage thinking, I've got 40 pages. I just can't. I don't know, and thinking, okay, my pal's here, my partner's here.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. We're going to sit down. We're going to go in your dressing room. We're going to sit there, and we're just going to work it, and we're going to work it, and we're going to work it, and we're going to talk it. There might be a sticking point on a line or something like that, and then we'll make an adjustment to a point that works, however it works. And that's it. That's what I need. Boom, and we move right on, and it's and we'll be there at the end of the day. It'll all be good.
It's at the end of the day. It's
so you can't come in freaking out. And you see people do that. I got so much to do. I've never got them. No, it's one pitch at a time, one at bat at a time, one inning at a time. You just take it by step, and you don't take it out in the field with you when you strike out. It's that type of thing. And if you make a bad play in the field, don't take it to bat. It's
baseball.
Yeah, it's all baseball.
I love baseball.
Baseball.
I don't have enough. I'll put it out there. At and.even.then. And even then, what is your fondest off-screen moment that you've shared?
Fondest off-screen?
Off-screen moment. Wow. We've had a few of those at the Universal Day, the Day of Days.
Yeah.
And there's, although we don't stupidly talk about it ahead of time, there's always somebody who says, would you two kiss? And, oh, gosh, I had that in the scene, and I didn't do that yesterday. Anyway, and we're not always sitting right kind of on top of each other, and I don't know, do you want to do this? And we don't go home together, we're just co-stars. So there's an awkward, because then it's not John and Marlena exactly. It's us
that is, and I know, it's, and I'm happy in my marriage, and
you bet.
And that does become a little awkward but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta say, hey, this is people do want to see this, and you give them a nice big dip kiss, whatever, as long as my wife doesn't see it, and I don't think she's on Instagram.
That's it. Okay. I think it's time for our last question.
Of course, there was that one time that, remember we were like,
oh my gosh.
Just once.
It was your marriage, okay. Do you have a wonderful last question that, oh, you know what, this sort of stopped me. A lot of fans have been referring to us as the new Tom and Alice. I'm only slightly taken aback by that. I mean, it's good news, bad news, I suppose.
well, let me.
Does that feel, as actors, to know that you're following the footsteps of such iconic actors as Francis and Mac?
What an
How
honor
much
that
time did
is.
you have with Francis and Mac?
You know, let me tell you about Mac. Mac's pretty amazing. Mac was amazing. He would be in here early. I always come in early. Like this morning, I'm in here at 5:50, and before anybody's in here, and I go to the coffee machine. Mac would be here, and Mac would say, "Hey, Drake, how are you?" If you paused for a second and you didn't come back and say, "I'm optimistic," you know, that's usually my coined phrase.
Yeah, your new mantra.
How are you, Drake? I'm optimistic, you know. But if you didn't come back with an answer right away, like he would say, "Come on, get your coffee, let's go talk." And it took me back because Jackson Brown, a singer that I used to follow all the time in college, I still do, but anyways, he had a song and it said, "People always ask you how you're doing because it's easier than letting on how little they could care. But when you found a real friend somewhere, suddenly all the others are so much easier to bear." And Mac, when he would say, "How are you?" he meant it. It's not just, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? And when you'd go into his room and he'd say, "Let's talk about it. Let's talk what's going on." And just, are you kidding me? It was like, "Dad?"
Oh.
And he was like, you can trust him and you can talk to him. And that's my takeaway with Mac. And so I'm honored that someone
I was
would,
going to say that's high praise. It's
that's
a lovely compliment.
yeah.
Thank you. We should be doing this as well and as long as they did.
Maybe we'll get a plaque in Horton Square.
Okay. We need to thank you for watching. It's been a treat for me to do this. We don't get to do this.
I thought we were just getting warmed up. Why are they giving us the wrap-up signal? You know how they do it. You're at the Emmys or something like that, and people win, and they're talking away, and all of a sudden the red lights are going, and people in the back are doing this, and then all of a sudden the person with a cane comes out, grabs you around the neck, and goes.
That's it. The people with a cane are here. So, but I know we have limited time. Thank you so much for joining us. Maybe we'll do it again. It's been a lot of fun.
It was painless, and I actually enjoyed it. It was good.
I'm on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram, and I'm also on...
I'm not, so follow her.
I'll just talk about him. Deidre Hall fan page on Facebook and Twitter and any other place that you would like to find us. Please join us. Thanks.
Is it done? Oh, wait, no. And live.